Hello everybody, it is me, Game Penguin 21, and today we're just gonna do a standard regular commentary, one that's just me talking into a microphone. No salt, no nothing, just me, you, and the finals. That's right, the game that I will never, ever shut up about, the finals, has finally hit 1 year on the market, and let me just say, it's been a pretty good year, at least for it. There was some rough patches, but let me just be honest, for a game that constantly, continuously gives me the same problem of lagging a lot, which you've probably seen a lot of my gameplay, I still love this game. It is too much fun. It's too good for me. And every single time, every single solitary time that I boot up the game, I am just blown away with how good it is. With Season 5 around the corner, probably released by the time this video comes out because there's going to be a lot of salts on the games, like the whole gaming thing. By that time, everything is going to be like all over the place. But for me, this right here is the game that I loved. It used to be things like Rainbow Six Siege and Call of Duty. I used to make a lot of content on Siege back in the day. It's still available on here. But what makes the finals to me special? Well, I think that what makes the finals to me special is a combination of things. The best part is that the gunplay itself is very Call of Duty. Now, again, that's not necessarily an insult because it's like old school COD mixed with new school ideas and old school ideas and just uses both the old, the new, but combines them in such a way that just makes sense. For example, I liked a lot of the destruction in Battlefield, but the Battlefield gunplay didn't feel as good as, say, Call of Duty did. It wasn't as snappy. It wasn't as enjoyable for me. It was fine. It was good. It was okay. But overall, like, it just never felt on that same level. And that's not a bad thing, because I already have a Battlefield alternative, that being Delta Force, which is weird that multiple free-to-play games that I'm currently sitting and waiting on, such as Delta Force, Arena Breakout Infinite, the finals, and a couple other ones have all been peaked, despite the fact that I just haven't paid any money to them. And I haven't been paid to make this video. I just wanted to make this video because I like the game. So this past season was Season 4, which was like probably the big comeback season where they fixed a lot of the things, they made a lot of better decisions, and was a first completed world tour with actual sponsorship contracts to get a lot more cosmetics. And let me just say, it's very much so fun and lovely, and overall, I love every second of this game. I am now bordering on like 600 hours with it within this past year, and I just have to say I can't get enough of this game. And yeah, it just made a good comeback. It made a lovely time, and people are still playing it. If you haven't played it, I would recommend that you do so. It's just really good. It's got cross-play support. It's releasing on all platforms. You can play it for free. It doesn't matter. But going into Season 5 and beyond, what is it that I want to see from this game, if anything, really? Well, I think the biggest thing that I want to see from this game is more fun added to it, which is very vague, I know, but I want to see what they come up with, how the lore of the actual game comes into play, like the story and the Easter eggs and all of that stuff coming in. It, to me, is just fun to engage with the community sometimes, and this one definitely has that, but it has that nice balance of competitive, but also, you know, very much so casual type experience with, like, you know, the world tour being that casual competitive balance there and actually giving you some of that premium currency back for just playing the game, which I can get behind 110%. Overall, the game itself is just too fun to put down sometimes, but obviously there has to be sometimes I have to put it down because it does make me frickin' aggravated a lot. But looking out on this past year, all the gameplay that I have posted here on the channel, all the background gameplay and the stuff that I've talked about throughout this time, and throughout the time of me even just making videos in the first place, all that I have to say is, for this entire year, for a game that dropped during the Game Awards, that had the balls to slap itself onto the table and being like, see this amazing epic game with the best destruction in the industry, super fun game mechanics that really gel well together, a super fun dynamic map design that can really end up working, and again, destruction and a variety of guns in a format that works and is fun to play, like for when the old school Call of Duties. Yeah, you like this game? You see this game? Here. That's all that they did. They literally dropped the game at the Game Awards, and I was so fucking excited because I found out about like the beta stuff, could not get into it, a little bit upset about that. But overall, Embark and the developers of this game, they just know what it is that they're doing. They let the game speak for itself. They engage with the community. And if this past live stream of the 1-year anniversary wasn't anything to go off of, it was amazing. They do fumble sometimes. They're not perfect. I will say that. They do fumble sometimes. They fumbled a little bit with the Season 5 promo thing where they didn't add too much to it. But they made up for it and said, hey, we know, we're sorry, we will fix it. It just bad communication on their end. They did fuck up with like Season 3, I believe it was, the Kyoto season, where they had like some stuff. They even made fun of that, though, so at the end of the day, that's actually not that bad. So it just, when the game works and the game functions properly, it's like no other game on the market right now. And again, it is completely free. No money, nothing down payment-wise is needed for it. You just need to download it onto your computer, and that's it. And they're also releasing it on PS4, which is insane. It also, I'm not sure if it's Steam Deck compatible, but it says that it's actually kind of Steam Deck compatible, which is strange, but also funny. So, you know, it good. But that's really more of the cherry on top of the cakes and things that are there. But overall, yeah, I love the finals. I will probably never stop playing this game for the next year, and you'll most definitely see a lot more gameplay, as I tend to play a lot and record a lot of those things for background footage. But yeah, if I were to have like any sort of wish list for things going forward, the two things that I think that could be cool would be something that's like an adrenaline shot for the light class. This would act similarly as two different gadgets that the medium has, that being a increased or faster revive speed, as well as increased health. I think how it would work is it would do a temporary boost to the person's health, or healed if they're damaged, it'll heal them up to a certain point and then overheal them a little bit, but it will be temporary, and it will increase the movement speed only like by a couple of percentage points if they use it on themselves. But if they have it out and they use it on another person, it revives them faster, allowing them to get back into the fight quicker, which I think could work really well to the Light's playstyle. But the other one, which I think is a more interesting one, is the heavy getting a like healing pulse. This healing pulse basically heals the heavy for like, say, 150, but it will heal everyone around them for the same amount, but they have to be within like a specific area, and it only really works on allies, obviously. It would just be really cool as like a way that they can form around the heavy and protect him, and then he can just heal them up and get them back into the fight if things are going downhill, which I think, again, works with the heavy's playstyle as well. It could have a few different charges that's more or less taken from, like, Dirty Bomb, which I, think is still was really good, but just didn't get its time in the sun and failed, unfortunately. It's been debunked, and I'm sad about it. I really would like to play more of that game, but I can't. But, the finals replaced it, and the finals is good, and I think that they can take some of the ideas from there, and it would be just really cool. Overall, that's my video on this and my small little wish list. I might have a more bigger one going forward, but honestly, right now, I just wanted to talk about the game and just make another content video to kind of round off the year since things are, going this way. But with all that being said, if you like what it is that I do and want to support me in any other way, shape, or form, links down to everything in the description below, other than a like and subscribe, which is always enough. My name is GamePeng21. Thank you so much for watching me for this entire year, and a peace off